Hi, and welcome to NSide Athletics. I'm your host, Brandon Thomas, and joining me today, three special guests. First, we have men's basketball coach Austin Clunch, guard Ty Gordon, and the Southland Conference Championship trophy. Coach, just talk about that big win Saturday against to capture the conference title.
Yeah, what an atmosphere, first of all. Just in Stowe for, I've been here 6 years, two as an assistant, my fourth year as a head coach, obviously. That was, I've never seen Stover like that. That play where Ty makes the three in the corner to go up 10 with a few minutes left, I couldn't hear myself think. It was just, it was such a big part in the game. They had fans, we had a ton of fans, a back and forth with two really good teams. The two teams picked 1 and 2 to start the beginning of the season. You couldn't really have a better storybook ending for these seniors and that moment and that opportunity. All their hard work, to start 1 and 2 in the league, to win, whatever it was, 10 out of 11, I guess, to win this, win the regular season title. Certainly a special moment. I couldn't be more proud of this group with all the obstacles they went through, throughout the course of the year. A hurricane, COVID, injuries, and nothing could derail this group. And that comes back to the leadership of those older guys. Of course, the guy sitting right next to me, Raji Lyons, Devontae Carter, Manny Littles, Pierce Spence. Even our young guys. And I thought this team really just came together over the course of however many months. It was a special night on Saturday for sure.
Well, Ty, let's hear it from the player's point of view, man. You were the dangerous man with the hot hand. Just talk about that atmosphere and some of your feelings on the court.
It was great. Probably one of the best games I came to since I've been in Nichols, been a part of. So it was great, and I don't know, it just was great, man.
I understand.
That's what I was thinking when he was shooting. It was hard to explain.
Yeah,
it was hard to explain when he was shooting it, and then we're getting offensive rebounds and just playing. Right. It was a hard game. It was just one of those nights you'll never forget.
Yeah, I don't think I can forget that.
Just talk about cutting down the nets, man. I see you got the net sitting on the trophy. Just how that represents the season as a whole. Coach kind of alluded to with all the struggles with the hurricanes and everything like that. Just talk about that feeling of the confetti falling and just being able to get up there with the scissors and cut down the nets. Just talk about that feeling of everything kind of coming together at one point.
Crazy thing about it, I've been a part of confetti twice, and it didn't go my way. So I don't know. It was different to see, the confetti come down on my head, and I actually won. So it was just a lot of feeling, a lot of, things that went on before, like I said, we went to Kentucky for 3 weeks. We was at home chilling. Right. Coach called us, we got to get to Kentucky. Coach knew that quick. So Coach knew it was going to be hard, to get us there. Right. But we all, we wanted more. We wanted this. So, the sacrifice, and we got there. So it's unbelievable. I can say it's unbelievable feeling.
Right. Well, congratulations are in order for you, sir. Yeah. The Conference Player of the Year, you put up the graphic. You got nominated for that this morning, and you actually won. You're just really a standout player, man. I've had a chance to be able to watch you play multiple times, and it's just like whenever the ball is in your hand, you're able to just command the court, and kind of do whatever you want. Just talk to me about, Coach Conch, you could add in about just trusting him to just do what he does.
Yeah, no, the thing about Ty is he's the hardest worker I've ever been around. He never gets tired of his own development. He's always going to find something else to work on with his game, right. And, the other day I'll even tell an anecdote. We're doing a workout, and, he's out here shooting one-legged threes. And it's funny because, I'm thinking he might shoot this in the game tomorrow night. I don't know, but the thing, you guys see these shots he shoots, and for you guys maybe that's a tough shot. These are shots he makes every single day at game speed. And every time he's in the gym, it's game speed. I don't have to get him going. I don't have to motivate him. He has so much pride about his game and is so competitive. And that's why he's going to play this game for a long time, because his competitive spirit. And he loves being the underdog. He loves being the guy counted out. It's how he's been his whole life. And that's why for him to ultimately be here for 2 years, buy into our culture, the trust that we've built together, how he's grown as a leader, and not just a great player, but an incredible ambassador for this league, for our university and our community. I could not be more proud of him, and there's not a player in the country that deserves, this award more than this guy.
Right. Well, he wasn't the only person that got awards today. If we come back to the graphics, we have D. Carter. He got a nice second team all-conference award.
It's my roommate.
That's your roommate?
It's his roommate, Tay Smooth. Probably the most appropriate nickname for him. You know, just and again, I think him and Ty are just such an incredible compliment for each other.
Right. We go to the next one. New Orleans native right there. He's holding it down.
Yeah, you know, for him to be able to come home, you know, and win a championship in front of his people. You know, another one, him and Ty, their relationship throughout the course of the year has been such a big part of our success. You know, and when they're out there competing and guarding and on the same page the way they are, it makes us really hard to beat. And it's been incredible to see him come here, even as a 1-year guy, you know, and you know, most likely as a guy that is really bought into how we do things, and he's a great player. He's an incredible person, and I think that's a big part of why we're sitting here with this trophy.
And the big man holding it down at the end, Raji Lyons.
G.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, we've said it, 5-year guy, the face of this program, the face of this school, you know, and just a guy that you can't necessarily measure his impact with numbers. You know, he's a guy that's going to be severely missed next year, just because of who he is every single day, and he's a guy that you know you can count on. Every single day he's going to be G, and you know, obviously, you know, he's him, Ty, all these guys, man. You know, it's when you have a group like this, it makes you really want to finish the job. Right. It makes you really, really want to go to Katy. You know, we're happy. Obviously, this is an incredible accomplishment, and we're proud of this. And you know, we celebrated it Saturday, we celebrated it yesterday, and we're still happy about it. But at this point now, what I love is we got a group of dudes that, hey man, coach, when are we back in? Like when are we leaving? When are we playing? You know, they want to finish it. You know, they, like Ty mentioned, we felt that confetti on us last year, the opposite direction, and it makes these dudes hungry. And we have a job to do when we go to Katy.
And that actually leads me to my next point, back-to-back titles. You know, so this is your second time receiving. I remember last year going into the tournament, I had interviewed you asking about how that feeling is to be number one. And you told me, you know, it was a surreal feeling, but you had business to handle. And then going to the tournament, you know, you faced a team that you didn't get a chance to see, maybe because of COVID or different other reasons. But when you saw them, they came out with the win.
Yeah.
This time, you've pretty much seen everybody.
Yeah.
So talk about that, having been seeing them on the court. You know, Southeastern, they're the number 2 seed, and they got the last one on the last tip and shot. Talk about the chance to be able to possibly see them again, or whoever you play first.
Well, I'm not going to worry about Southeastern because we're not going to play them until the championship. Right. So, you know, and they have to obviously win. You've got to you know, the thing about tournament play is anybody can really beat anybody. You watch these conference tournaments, the atmosphere and the emotion in there. You know, if you've never played in it before, it's hard to explain. You know, you're down 4 points, you can feel like you're down 14. Every basket is just so, you know, touch and go. And that's what I love about our experience. We have older guys, we have guys that have been to Katy before and have been to the championship game. You know, whoever we play on Friday, whether that's Corpus, HBU, Incarnate Word, it's going to be a team that earned the right to win and earned the right to be there. And so, you know, we've learned, you know, on both sides of it. You know, you can't overlook anyone, just like no one can overlook us. You know, when we've gone to these high major schools, you know, we've gone and put on shows and you know, won some, had some really close games. Right. And then on the flip side, you know, this game is so fragile. You know what I mean? You know, you talk about the Southeastern game, you know, we had a big lead. We were also down against Corpus at home where we had you know, so it's every day. And that's what I love about our team is the habits they've built. And that's why they're ready to go to work today, and they'll be ready to go to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday we'll be ready to win and hopefully earn the right to play for a championship on Saturday.
I got something to say.
What you got to say, sir? Say what you got to say.
We not losing, bro. You know what I mean? We're not losing. I said it first. We're not.
Talk it to the mic. Say it to the mic. Say how you feel.
Hey, listen. We're not losing. You hear me? No.
And I feel, you know, there's a guy, you know, he's earned the right to say that because that's how he works.
Right.
That's how he works, and I know his teammates would echo the same sentiment.
Right.
You know, they're confident, but they're confident in their preparation. It's not just about, you know, that Ty thinks he's going to come out and have 40. He thinks our team's going to win.
Right.
And it's not about, you know, he got in foul trouble the other night. And we took him out in the first half, and his teammates continued to push the pace and continued to help get us a lead. We put him back in. He played smart without fouling. You know, and other guys, you know, at different times of the year and times of the game, guys have had to step up. And to me, that's a big part of our program. Because it's never about one dude. And whoever's number is called, sometimes it's him, sometimes it's me. It's always about us.
Right.
And I think that motto has got to continue to, you know, be how we develop this program, and more importantly, finish out this week.
Right. If we put up the bracket, we can get a chance to see who Nichols has a chance to face. So, you know, like we said already, you don't play until Friday. So that's a couple of days to rest to be out there, watch the tournament, watch the other teams play, watch the competitive.
Yeah.
So, you know, you might get the winner of let's just call it what it is right now. HBU and A&M Corpus Christi, you're probably gonna get HBU out of that.
You asking me?
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I'm telling. I'm kind of
You're
telling
talking
you.
about you skipped the first game, and Incarnate Word has
Facts.
beaten New Orleans and
Facts.
Southeastern. And so I think that first game is going to be really competitive. HBU obviously coming off a huge win against McNeese.
Right.
And then, obviously Corpus is a team that I think they're the only other 20-win team in the league right now. And so obviously a team that has had success. All three of those teams, at Incarnate Word, 3-point win for us. HBU always a tough team with their pace. And Corpus, we've had 3 battles against. And
Right.
so, regardless of who we play, we know our focus has got to be at 100, and
Right.
how we execute's got to be at 100.
But like T just said,
We're not losing. Yeah.
But and that's just how we feel. And that's obviously, we don't say that as any slight, to anybody. I tell our guys all the time. I don't care if it's a team from our league, if it's Thibodeau High School or the New Orleans Pelicans, man, it's how we want to attack. We're going to play Nichols basketball, and ultimately I feel like if we play our game and do what we're supposed to do, we're going to come out on top more times than not. Certainly going to be a fun tournament, though, man. It's there's been a lot of ups and downs for all these teams throughout the course of the year. Even as I'm looking at this thing, man, to see us with the number one, I'm just so proud of this team. Ty mentioned Kentucky. I still think about staying in those freshman dorms, and just
Oh my God.
it's been a ride. And so this is certainly an incredible accomplishment. We're not going to forget he's part of a group that is part of the first back-to-back in school history. But we're hungry, and we do. There certainly is a different feeling. I can feel on this Monday than I felt a year ago after we won it. That there's a sense of, man, we really, really want more, and we're 80 minutes away from it.
so you think that's the familiarity of it, of having that spot last year. Last year was just a fresh, like, oh my gosh, we made it. But this year's like, we expected to be at this point. That's what you feeling?
Well, I think this is an incredible accomplishment. But I think if you'd ask everybody in this team, they'd trade that right now to go get the tournament trophy.
Definitely.
And so, while this is great, it's certainly going to be empty. It's going to have an empty feeling in us. It doesn't take away from an incredible season, but we want more, and it's right in front of us.
Right.
But we got to continue to work the way we've been working on these last couple of months for this week.
Well, Coach, that'll do it for us. We'll let y'all get back to work because we know y'all got to go get that other trophy that really counts.
I promise you, he's going to the gym right now, so I don't even got to ask him. So appreciate y'all. Go Colonels.
No problem. So coming back, we're going to preview this week in Colonel Athletics. And once again, thanks for joining us today, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
If you're like me, your workday doesn't stop for you to go back to school. With Nichols Online, it doesn't have to. I work towards my degree on my own time. Plus, I get to learn from experienced faculty without ever going to campus. Log on to Nichols Online now.
Welcome back. That was a great interview we had with Coach and Ty. Those guys, they're going to go on and do special things. But coming back to the home front, this week we have our softball home opener against Southern on Wednesday. That'll do it for this episode of NSide Athletics. As always, go Cardinals.